everyone. The main content of today's lesson is the understanding and prevention and control of tea bud blight. We will start from learning the symptom, distribution, damage characteristics, incidence regularity, contributing conditions, its infectivity, prevention and control methods. First of all, let's take a look at the symptoms of tea bud blight. The main damaged part of tea bud blight have brown or brown spots. The leaf edge gradually scorched, the color darkened. The disease spot expanded along the leaf edge. The disease boundary is obvious. In the later stage, the leaves of the damaged buds are twisted, curled, and brittle. The leaf edge is broken. When serious, the whole shoot dies. Many small black grains are scattered on the spot, which is the conidium of the pathogen. Then, let's learn the distribution and damage of tea bud blight. Tea bud blight is mainly distributed in Jiangnan and Jiangbei tea areas of China. Only in spring tea period, it harms young buds and young leaves. Mature leaves and branches are not infected. Diseased leaves are scorched and twisted. The diseased parts are easy to break. Shoot growth is obviously hindered, which directly affects yield and quality of tea. The harm characteristics of tea bud blight are mainly reflected in the following four aspects. 1. Mainly damage the tender leaves and buds. 2. After the tea tree is infected, the growth of the bud will be obviously hindered, which will directly affect the yield and quality of spring tea, mainly injuring the first to third leaves of spring tea bud. The disease spot on the leaf is between the leaves or the leaf edge, producing light yellow or yellowish brown. After expansion, the shape of the disease is irregular. The edge of the disease is obvious or not obvious. 3. The damage of bud tip is black-brown and withered, atrophied, and cannot extend. 4. In the later stage, black fine grains are scattered on the surface of the diseased parts. The grains are mostly on the front of leaves. The susceptible leaves are easy to break and twist. Next, we learn the incidence law of tea bud blight. The first thing we need to know is that tea bud blight is caused by fungal infection. Its common form, due to the mycelium and conidia overwintering in the old diseased leaves or overwintering buds, or in the following spring. When the temperature rises above 8 degrees Celsius, organ spores are formed, and spores are released in water droplets and spread with rainwater splashing, infecting young bud leaves. New disease spots appeared 2 to 3 days later and spread. Secondly, we know that tea bud blight is a low temperature and high humidity disease, which occurs only in the spring tea period. It usually happens in the spring tea sprouting period, from the end of March to early April, and the spring tea harvest period from mid-April to early May. When the average temperature is 15 to 20 degrees Celsius, the outbreak reaches its peak, or after mid-June. When the temperature is above 29 degrees Celsius, the disease stops developing, or there is a difference in disease resistance among varieties. Generally, the disease is more serious in the varieties with early sprouting, and the disease is lighter in the varieties with late sprouting. Another situation is that varieties with low polyphenol content in bud shoots are susceptible to the disease. Next, let's learn that the incidence condition and infectivity of tea bud blight. The incidence condition and infectivity of tea bud blight mainly include the following three aspects. 1. Due to the attack of cold current, the disease resistance of the tea tree is reduced, thus easy to be sick. 2. There are differences in disease resistance among varieties. Generally, the disease is more serious in the varieties that germinate earlier, while the varieties that germinate later are lighter. The suitable temperature for the development of the pathogen 20 to 27 degrees Celsius. 3. Spread with the help of wind and rain. Finally, let's learn the prevention and control methods of tea bud blight. The prevention and control methods of tea bud blight mainly include physical control and chemical control, in which physical control is mainly reflected in the following two aspects. 1. To carry out early picking in the spring tea period, leaving as few tender buds on the tea trees as possible to reduce the infection of germs and restrain the disease. 2. Clear the garden in winter. Cut off the diseased leaves to reduce the source of bacteria. Chemical control is mainly reflected in the following 5 aspects. 1. 50% thiophanate wettable powder. 800 to 1,000 times liquid can be used. 2. 1,000 to 1,500 times of 70% thiophanate methyl wettable powder. 3. 50% carbendazim wettable powder, 800 times liquid. 4. Stop picking tea garden. 1% lime half-dose Bordeaux liquid can be sprayed for protection. 5. In the sprouting stage of the spring tea and initial stage of the disease, spray once each. In tea gardens with serious occurrence, it can be sprayed once again after the autumn tea. Spray 2 to 3 times a year to stop the epidemic of the disease. In this lesson, we learned the symptoms, distribution, damage characteristics, incidence regularity, contributing conditions, and infectivity, prevention, and control methods. I hope you have learned something. That's all. Thank you for your listening.